Hello everyone, this is a tutorial on how to fix your DV6000 motherboard that is giving you the blue LEDs everywhere but nothing on the screen. The main problem, some of these boards are different. Some of them will have a chip here and a chip here, but this one just has this chip, which is, I believe it's the Southbridge chip. But we have trouble with this one for the fact that the solder under needs to be reballed and reattached to the board so we can get our video back. I've already taken the motherboard out of the laptop, which was the white special edition. There's the LCD keyboard and the quick launch buttons, and there's the base and palm rest and all the guts that go inside of it. I should have started it before. I should have started this beforehand to show you the symptoms, but basically it's all the lights come on, you push the power button, all the lights come on, but nothing comes on the screen. So I am using the Jovi RE7500 machine for my repairs. I will try to give you a little bit of step-by-step instructions. I know a lot of people on YouTube will just basically play video and not really explain, so I will try to do my best to explain how I do it. I'm going to pause it right now and get set up. Okay, first off, just want to give you a couple tips. There was some plastic on the bottom here. If you don't remove it, it will melt, especially on a system like this. So you need to remove it, especially under the area where you're going to be working the heat over top of. There is some plastic still on the top. Usually it's black like this. This is clear, but that should be fine considering it's on the top. So I'm going to leave it. Also, some chips will have glue all the way around. You definitely need to remove that. And this one just has a couple little black dots that kind of hold it in place. I'm not quite sure if they're not all touching the chip anymore, it looks like. But I want to remove those just because if they are sticking to the chip, I don't want it to give me any problems when I try to lift it. So what I usually do, I use my hot air gun, just with a fine nozzle, fine tip nozzle. And I usually put it on about 4.5 to 5 on the speed, temperature at 365 Celsius. I got this little tool, pick tool, that I bought at Harbor Freight. Gotta love Harbor Freight. It's got a real sharp, not too sharp that it would dig into the board, but enough that it'll pry this glue up. Is what I always use to remove all the glue. So yeah, you basically just get your heat gun, kind of put it on those little spots where the glue is, let it heat up for a second, and then you just kind of keep pushing on it until they pop off. It does take some time, so I am going to go ahead and stop the film until I get them off. Okay, so I got the glue off. There are little tiny pieces of glue. Wasn't all the way around it on this chip. Basically, I got it on the bracket here. I got my thermocouple on the board. Now I need to come into the program on the computer, and I'm going to turn the lower heater on fast reflow. And wait till it gets to about 110 degrees Celsius. And then at about 90 degrees, I'll go ahead and I'll turn the upper heater on fast reflow as well and get it started to heating up. I could probably do that now, but there's really no point, as it heats up pretty quickly anyways. Since the solder underneath the chip is still lead-free solder, I've seen people try to use the pickup tool on the machine about 180 degrees Celsius, which I like to get a little bit hotter than that, considering the melting point of lead-free solder is around 220 degrees Celsius. So I have my lower heater set on 4 since this bracket isn't raised at all. And I will probably get it to about 220 degrees Celsius and then try to remove the chip. It's been working for me so far. This is the pickup tool. I want to make sure. Just making sure that the suction cup wasn't too big. You don't want to touch any of the other components on top of the board on top of the chip when you try to raise it. As a matter of fact, I could probably go with a little smaller one, so I'm going to do that just to be safe. This is a smaller chip. When you order this, you get 2 big ones and 3 small ones. All 3 of the small ones are the same size, and the 2 big ones are the same size, so they just give you a couple extra of 2 different sizes. Since it's so easy to change them, might as well change them and get the right one on there. Alright, we're at 52 degrees. If any of you guys are having this issue and don't have this kind of equipment, I do this repair for other people. My website is fixmygpu.com. All one word. I usually charge $125. That's including shipping both ways, and you can keep track of the status of your repair the whole time on the website. All you gotta do is sign up and just log on, and then you'll see if it's on the bench or if it's still being shipped, and if I'm waiting on a part, if it's done, if it's been shipped back. You'll be able to see everything on the website. So we're about 82 degrees Celsius, so I'm going to go ahead and start the upper heater. Put it on fast reflow. I personally don't use any profiles, considering, you know, the melting point is what it is. So as long as you stay within that, you should be okay. And as long as you don't have the upper heater too far away or too close. Alright, we're at 110. Swing the upper heater over. Oh, I also have this light that I bought with the system, so I might as well use it, huh? That's pretty neat. I think it was an extra 50 bucks. It's kind of a luxury more than a necessity, but I figured if I was going to spend the money on the system, why not get the little gadgets that go with it, huh? $160 degrees Celsius now. 91. Seeing some smoke now. It's normal. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my vacuum for my pickup tool. $217, $220. See, it still didn't come. So I'm swing it back over. And we go to about 230. The fan over. As you notice, it didn't really come up very easy. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you got to keep hitting it with a little bit more heat. It should be okay as long as you don't try and pry it up. You don't want to damage any pads. I had to turn the upper and lower heater back all the way up to fast reflow because I had my alarm set on 225, and once it hits that, it kicks it off. So I had to turn it back on. The bottom. Now it's cooling off. Continue to let it cool. I'm going to get set up to reball the chip, and then I'll start the camera again. I just wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see it or not, but where the glue was, it's still kind of around the edges. Just a couple tiny little spots, not a whole lot, but I just take a razor blade and scratch that glue off. Because you don't want it on there, you just want to get rid of it. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back.